morning, students. Today we will continue with our school management paper. You know, school is a place where children are getting their formal education. So in addition to giving education to the children, we provide them very good learning experiences in the school. So what are the ways in which we can provide better learning experiences to the children? So it is nothing but we call it as a curricular and co-curricular activities. What do you mean by curriculum? Curriculum is nothing but teaching the subject. You have various types of subjects, is it not? Tamil, English, Maths, Science, Social, like that. Then what about co-curricular activities? Along with curriculum, that is the syllabus, we teach some other things for the students, which are nothing but the co-curricular activities. Co-curricular, along with the curriculum, what do you learn? What are the activities which we provide for the children to enhance their personality, to make up their personality, to develop their capacity, interest, and bring out their talents, is it not? So that is nothing but the co-curricular activities. I hope now you are clear about what we are going to learn today. We are going to discuss about Unit 8 in School Management paper, which tells you about what is co-curricular activities. In the curriculum, we cannot teach all the things, all the capacity, ability, and we cannot find out what is the talent of a child only through the curriculum. Only learning and writing test will not help you. So we have to provide them some other activities which are nothing but the co-curricular activities. When I tell you about co-curricular activities, I hope you will be remembering about the various types of co-curricular activities which you practice inside the school. What are they? You know, we enjoy a lot in our PT period, during our arts and fine arts period. We enjoy during our seminar, discussion, club activity, and also in the PT periods, is it not? So these are nothing but the co-curricular activities. Let us now see what is the meaning for the word co-curricular. Along with curricula, what are the activities that enhance the people's talent, nourish their interest, and bring out their inner talents? Capacity is nothing but the co-curricular activities. Now when you look into the co-curricular activities, there are different types of co-curricular activities which are given inside the school campus. The first one is going to be a school assembly. Is it not? When we conduct an assembly, the students participate in the assembly, they give their talk, they speak on various things, they will sing a song, they just exhibit their talents through the school assembly. And it's a place where a formal discipline is brought into the school, is it not? Then the next one is debate. When the children are participating in various kinds of debates, okay, and they participate in the discussions, they develop their ability, thinking ability, they develop their reflective thinking and their ability to converse with the others, okay. And then when they participate in seminar, symposia, drama activities, scouts and guides, their national green corps, you would have heard all these things in your school days, is it not? And then various types of clubs, you would have conducted various types of clubs, science clubs, maths clubs, science, literature clubs, like that, is it not? And then various types of cultural activity. When any function comes, when we celebrate any days, festival in the colleges or in schools, we conduct various types of cultural activities to bring out the inner talents of the children, is it not? And then when we participate in the PT period, we enjoy a lot. Why do we have to have various types of co-curricular activities? Because it will bring you the talents in you, and it is a way of outlet for the students to provide whatever they are interested. You can't say that all the children are interested only to listening in the class or learning alone. Some may be very interested in arts and craft. Some may be interested in the sports activities. Some may be interested in debate, discussions. They may be a very good orator or a writer. So you have to provide them some channel to bring out their efforts. So all these co-curricular activities will help the children to pour out their talents, is it not? So what are the different types of co-curricular activities? School assembly, debates, discussion, seminar, symposium, drama, scouts and guides, club activities, national green crops, and then cultural activities, and also during the physical education activities we are able to bring out the various types of co-curricular activities. Now let us see what is the importance of all these co-curricular activities. So anything when we do, we have to know what is the objective of doing that, isn't it? So co-curricular activities has many values. It is found to be, when do you do your co-curricular activities? When we are in a leisure time, when we have extra time, when we are in a free time. We have to make it fruitful use of your leisure time. That is, your free time should be used in a constructive way. That is called as a co-curricular activity. Okay. Now looking into the values of co-curricular activities, there are various types of values like physical value, academic value, social value, aesthetic value, recreational value, psychological value. So now let us see one after another. What is the physical value? So what happens when the children participate in all these curricular activities? Their physical health is very good. So now they gain a very good physical stamina and strength, and they learn what is strength, what is success, weakness, and they are able to tolerate with the weakness also. They are able to handle the situation where they lose and win. Is it not? So physical value. Then what is academic value? You can see mostly the children who are very good in their curricula will also be having an interest to participate in the co-curricular. And you can see sometimes those who are weak in curricular will also be very good at the co-curricular activities. It brings them practical knowledge and theoretical knowledge. It enhances their knowledge. Okay. So that in that way it is having an academic value. And then what about the social value? You know, the children learn good habits, good manners when they interact with another in the various types of co-curricular activities. In the PT period, they mingle with others. They know how to, if somebody is having a wound, how to rectify them, how to help them, how to do a first aid measure. Everything they learn. They interact and learn human relations in the co-curricular activities. That is the social value. And then aesthetic value, which is nothing but appreciating the beauty of the nature. And they make the toy making, drawing competitions, singing. Nowadays we can see the children are very good in composing new songs with the old same old pattern of version. They put on new words to the same song and the music, and they compose new songs. Is it not? So in that way it helps in developing the aesthetic value of a child. And then you can see the recreational value. What is recreation? That is making a fruitful use of your leisure time. Take for example the co-curricular activity like construction of a honeybee, having a fish culture. You have your aquaculture, and then they can maintain a garden in the school, which is also one type of a co-curricular activity. Through that they gain some importance and they make a fruitful use of their recreational time or the leisure time. And then what is the psychological value? What happens when you participate in all these things? You feel very happy. You feel that you are a capable person. Not alone sitting inside the classroom and listening to the class is a very important thing. Is it not? We have certain bents. I have some desire, my own interest, my own capabilities are different. So individual differences will be captured, and I feel myself that I'm a capable person. Not only learning. If some students, you can take that they may not be doing very good in their academic side, but when you look into that making of toys or singing, music, drawing, dancing, that is all they will do very perfectly. So they have some ability. Not every person having the same ability. That is nothing but your individual differences. So your individual differences are captured and it is satisfied here, and that is why you feel it is having a psychological values. Okay, now are you clear with what are the values in organizing the co-curricular activities? What are they? Physical, academic value, social value, aesthetic value, recreational value, and psychological value. This is nothing but the importance of the co-curricular activities. And then let us see now how to organize the different types of co-curricular activities. You can see the first thing, when you organize any co-curricular activities, first it should be constructive. What do you mean by constructive? It should be fruitful and it should be related to the curriculum. We should not do any activity which is not related to your subject. Take for example, if you arrange for a club activity, it should be related to the particular standard of the students, so that only they will know more things about their subject and their life. Is it not? So it should be first point, when the teachers plan for any co-curricular activity, they should think that it is constructive in nature. Then number 2, it is related to the curriculum. It should be related to whatever the content we are teaching to the students, so that they are able to enhance their and upgrade their knowledge. Third point, it should have maximum students participation, or all the students should participate. Not that only one particular group of students or only limited students participate in the co-curricular activity. When the teacher is organizing any co-curricular activity, she should motivate all the students to participate in the various types of co-curricular. Then only they will recognize that some children always sit quiet and they don't come up. So it is the duty of the teacher to motivate these children to do various types of co-curricular activities. And then it should be done in a democratic way. You should allow some freedom for the children to participate in that. We should give them some guidelines and let them follow and participate in the co-curricular. It should be done in a democratic base. There should be no biased judgment and all. Okay. Then it should be done in a proper planning should be there. We should properly plan when to conduct what co-curricular activity can be done this week, this next month. Like that it should be done. And there should be a regularity, not more often conducting the co-curricular activity. Take for example, you can't have PT period daily. It can be once, 2 or 3 times in a week, that's all, for a class. So you have to plan it in such a way and keep it in a regularized manner. And then we have to, as a teacher, we have to record the various types of co-curricular activities and evaluate its performance. Evaluate is nothing but you have to find out whether the purpose of conducting that co-curricular activity has been done or not. Okay. So we have to record and evaluate the different kinds of co-curricular activities. And then it should be, the next point we have to keep in mind is that it should be done within the school time, so that maximum number of children will be benefited out of it. Because when you conduct the program after the school times, most of the children will be leaving by bus or they will be moving out of the school. That should not be done. It should be planned and to conduct in a very, not too much of long time also. It should be planned to be conducted in a short duration of period and also within the school timings. So what are the points you have to keep in mind when you construct when you organize for a co-curricular activity is that it should be constructive, related to the curriculum, and there should be maximum number of students participation, and it should be done on a democratic basis, and there should be proper planning and regularity, and we have to record and evaluate the program and find out what is the difficulty. So in order in future we will correct it, and then it should be done within the school timings, and it should not be too long also. Okay. So if we are going to organize in these ways, then the co-curricular activity will meant what is the purpose of objective, that will be done here. Okay. So if we are going to organize a co-curricular activity, the students will more often feel happy, enjoy, and they feel to be very happy to participate in the various types of co-curricular activity. So when you arrange such co-curricular activities, you are indirectly helping the children to develop their personality and mold them in a better. Okay. Thank you.